username for the donation. I'm actually just gonna check Streamlabs just because I haven't had a chance to check it yet. In the break, I was setting up the overlay for the next one and just my voice a little bit. But either way, should be a very interesting series here. This series isn't as important, and apparently I need to two-factor authentication my Twitch, so I will just quickly do that. And there we go, just did that. But either way, it's going to be a cool series here. Let's head on into the overlay in just a second, just to see exactly who we're going to be seeing playing. Of course, this is going to be our second series of today, another best of 5, the final game of week 6, and a lot to go on. A huge thank you, by the way, to Unoriginal Username for donating $30, man. That is going to head towards a new keyboard, I think. I do need to buy a new keyboard, or a second monitor, actually. Because when I go to check the chat, I have to look over all the way over there. But either way, huge thank you. It does mean a hell of a lot. Let's head on over to the overlay and let's see our maps for today. And here we go. So set 1 is going to be on Return of the King. Set 2, Flight Dreamliner. Set 3, Troy. Set 4, Triathlon. And set 5, New Sniper Ridge. And then if we have a look at our first 2 teams here, it's going to be SouL, our second 2 teams here, it's going to be SouL versus Clan Revolution. Now, of course, Clan Revolution doing a very good job this round. They actually went 1 for 3 so far. This is going to be their 5th game. Now, the teams in Group B have played 1 less game than their opponents in Group A, purely because we do have 1 less team in Group B, because I am dropped out at the very beginning. But SouL currently up 3-0 in their group, went 4 for 2 last round. ReV currently up 1-3, and last round they did go 2-4. So very sort of inverse wins at the moment. Clan ReV are going to be looking to get a win off of SouL here, but if SouL win here, they will guarantee their position in the final, or in the playoffs for round 2. Currently we have NetWars on 4 for 1 in Group B, and SouL Gaming on 3 for 1. NetWars do have a bye week next week, if I remember correctly, whereas SouL Gaming have another game to play. So SouL are going to be looking to get first place in this group if they can. Now, having a look at the matchups we're going to be seeing today, it's going to be Spire versus MadiNho, Dandy versus No Nuts, Noob versus Incomplete, and Ultra versus Quail. And then, of course, let's introduce our first couple of players. And IRK are in the STPL. Yeah, they're definitely in the STPL, man. They've not gone anywhere, but starting us off here for SouL Gaming, we are going to have one of their newer players. Has had a few very good breakout Have At You tournaments recently. It is going to be the Korean Zerg, Spire. 2 for 1 against his opponent so far in the STPL. Hasn't played against Terran yet, so it's going to be his debut ZVT. But he has been able to play with Miso, has been playing with Richley as well. Both of them have very impressive ZVT, so it should be cool to see how he does here against our debut player here for ReV in their final, in one of their final weeks in the STPL round 2. He is currently 0-0, hasn't played so far. But he is going to be looking forward to his first game, I would say. And he's going to look to get a point on the board here for ReV. Now, one thing I do want to point out is Clan Revolution's roster may not be the strongest, but they have a huge amount of team spirit. And everyone steps up to play when needed to play. So even if it is a one-sided game, I'm not sure if it will be. I don't really know too much about MadiNho's play. But it should be really cool to see how he does here against such a strong opponent as they move on to Return of the King to play. Now, looking at the map stats, this hasn't been going the best for Terran at the moment. It's 3 for 1 in ZVT. And obviously MadiNho, just at the caliber of his opponent, is going to have a hard time here. And with the map stats stacked against him, maybe a little bit of trouble. But apparently MadiNho is an A+ user. And apparently he's Kare, so maybe he is, I don't know. But either way, apparently he is the top IC Cup 2v2 player. Thank you for pointing that out. And obviously Quail in the chat as well. He's a 2v2 random player, 1v1 Terran player, but of course he will have knowledge of all three matchups then if he does play random. But apparently he's not Kade. I'm very, very confused. But it should be cool to see him playing here in a 1v1 against one of the better Koreans on SouL as well. So really, really cool to see them face off here on Return of the King. Twilight map. Corner mineral only bases are on sort of islands in the main. Of course you have the main natural very close. Third base is a gas base a little bit far away. Quite close but up like a high ground very close to it. So easy enough for Zerg to put on a little bit of a little bit of pressure here against the Terran player. Now just to answer, Incomplete made the ReV logo and it is fantastic. I'm just gonna, just before we get into the game, I'm just gonna show off the bigger version of it again because you know what, it may be one of the least professionally designed ones, but it's certainly got a lot of heart and spirit. And as you can see, he's put the little love hearts on there as well, just because how much he loves his team. But let's head on over to our game, and let's get started with our first game of SouL versus ReV. And here we go, starting in the top left-hand position. We do have the Blue Zerg fighting for SouL. It's gonna be Spire. And his opponent over here in the top right-hand position. We do have the Red Terran fighting for ReV in his debut game. It's gonna be MadiNho. Or MadiNho. I'm not sure how to say it. I'm so bad with Spanish sounding names. It's hard for me as a poor British speaker who only speaks Japanese and English, man. All of these things going on, I'm not really sure. But either way, let's have a look at what builds we're going to be seeing. We don't see an 8-Rax coming in from MadiNho, so going to be a pretty standard build, or standard game to start off with. Oh, MadiNho. Okay, so MadiNho, there we go. Not MadiNho, because that sounds really dumb. But MadiNho here, going to be going for a 1-Rax expand. It looks like sending a scout very early as well. Barracks maybe a little bit late. As a matter of fact, I see that, and he built it perfectly on minerals, so ignore everything I say. I'm not in a position to be casting this tournament, man. But MadiNho going to be a strong opponent here, it looks like. I did kind of write him off on the beginning, but I wasn't too sure of his skill level before. A huge thank you to the chat, of course. If you're watching on the VODs on my YouTube after the fact, or on the Twitch channel, you guys don't, well, especially on YouTube, you guys don't get to see all the helpful comments I get in the chat. So, huge shout out to everyone who gets involved. And everyone who watches as well. If it wasn't for you guys, the tournament wouldn't be possible. So once again, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. But either way, MadiNho going for gas here, actually. He's not taking gas straight away with 3 SCVs, so this is a kind of interesting build. It's kind of like a 1-Rax expand with a late factory. But he's building a bunker at the top of his ramp. Now he did scout a 9 pool, okay. That's me being silly, I didn't see the 9 pool. It's going to be 9 pool into lair as well, so SouL, Spire doing an incredibly aggressive build here, and MadiNho is going to need this bunker. Pulling SCVs to the ramp immediately as well, wants to make sure he doesn't get caught off guard. But if MadiNho is a 2v2 player, if there's one thing he's going to be good against, it's going to be early aggression. And he's going to know exactly how to react to this. Now, I would almost say that aggressive build against a 2v2 player is actually putting the 2v2 player in their comfort zone. So it could be a little bit problematic here for Spire. Now, MadiNho is going to send out another scout. He knows he needs to see what his Zerg opponent's doing. And he's going to go for a factory behind this. Now, he isn't getting the fastest factory in the world, so his Vulture going to be possibly a little bit late. But with this... Wow, this is actually one base lurker. coming in from Spire. Now, is MadiNho going to be able to actually scout this? Of course, there is likely going to be mines coming in with this factory. He's not going to be able to build a starport immediately. There we go, he actually is. He's going to put the 2 SCVs in gas. Is this going to be for 2 starport Wraith, I do wonder? The factory just now finishing up. He has enough gas just about to build a starport if he so chooses to. And he did push down. The SCV was completely stopped by Spire there as MadiNho pulls back up into his base. Wow, I think Spire actually attacked one of his own lings. He was trying to... Yeah, he's actually supply blocked, so he killed one of his own lings to build something. He did want to get the extra Hydros out a little bit quicker, because this is a very all-in build, guys. This is 1 hatchery, lair into lurkers. And if MadiNho is able to hold on to this, if he gets the detection in time, he is going to be in an incredible position. Interestingly, delaying the machine shop for a very long time, actually mining on double gas, and he's not built a starport or anything yet, so kind of an interesting build. He's going to be able to take down these lings. So as I said, these early game situations is where 2v2 players really shine, and we're seeing that here. Now, is MadiNho going to see the Hydralisks? Is he going to be able to scout for this? He's going to see that there isn't a hatchery, and he's going to see a Hydra on the ramp, but is he going to guess lurkers, or is he going to think it's a Hydra all in? But, I mean, look at this. He's prepared already. He's building a turret behind his bunker. He hasn't even properly scouted this yet. And look, he's going to scout it. What amazing game sense by MadiNho here. As he's going to see these lurkers morphing in. And he is going to know he is in a perfect situation to win this game now. It's going to be very difficult for Spire to come back and win this game, I would say. This all in. Not going to work. Is he going to drop into the main, though? Drop is not done. So this is going to be the all in here. He actually used the Overlord to fake, pulled the Marines away from the bunker, but here we go. Lurkers running up the hill, running up the ramp even, into a bunker and a turret. That is not going to be good for him. And 2 Vultures on patrol duty out here, keeping an eye on how many units are coming across here for Spire. MadiNho is going to be feeling very good about this. We actually see a turret in his main as well. 2 of them, in fact. He does not want to get dropped. And here we go, we're finally seeing the use of that gas coming in, the starport coming in, mine's already up, speed coming in as well, and one of the lurkers already gone down, another one very close to dead as well, and now unfortunately that last mine not doing too much. They're gonna be doing an incredible job here. Spire still hasn't expanded. Now I know I said in the previous series we had a very weird game. This is even weirder, guys. You don't get much different to this. Much more insane even. Now it's going to be 1 starport. MadiNho playing very weirdly. He's keeping his guys in gas, but he just wants to get as much gas stockpiled as possible. We're likely going to see him go into tanks with siege mode after this. That's exactly what he's going to do. Lings to clean up some of the mines. And it looks like drop tech has been researched, or at least it's very close to being done. As he is moving his lurkers up here, but no, he's just kind of moving around. That is a very weird ledge. Wow, that doesn't... You can climb up that. I did not realize that. Next time I play this game, or play this map, I'm going to move vultures up that ramp. Like, that is what I'm going to do. But here we go, MadiNho being very active with his vultures, just scouting around on the map to see what's going on. And Spire now starting to take his second hatchery. Gonna go into a Spire, gonna live by his name. Kind of ironic that he did go for a Hydros opening first of all. Interesting choice of a burrow on burrow there, but maybe trying to get stop lurkers. Not too sure what he's doing, but of course that is in range of the engineering bay as well. And now behind this we're going to have a science facility coming in. This is the reason why MadiNho stuck on gas for as long as he did. Spire actually is supply blocked right now. A single Wraith already getting one of the Overlords, going to get a second one as well. And because we don't have any anti-air at the moment by Spire, he's got mostly lurkers, only 2 Hydralisks. This one Wraith is just going to do an obscene amount of work. Going to find a 3rd Overlord over here on the side of the map, and Spire is just so far behind. I can't begin to imagine how hard it's going to be for Spire to come back in this game. We have MadiNho with 1 base. He's fine on 1 base. He has 3 turrets in his main mineral line. Turrets around the edge of his base. He's not getting dropped. Mutilus are going to do absolutely nothing. And unless Spire can make something happen with his drones, unless he can get an insane economy coming in, and Spire is Korean, so I'm fairly certain he's Korean anyway. It was him and Noob were like the two standout Korean players to join the recent Havatis, but MadiNho showing his skills as a 2v2 player. I don't mean this as like an insult to 2v2 players or anything, but they excel at these weird early game situations on these one base plays. And it really does show. He's going into a dropship now himself. He's got tanks. He's got another 2 turrets as well. Interestingly, he's not going to take this island. Of course, he does have to ferry an SCV over. But I get the feeling that's what he's going to do. We do have the Mutilus coming out now. And this is such an important moment. Are these Mutilus going to be able to get anything done? The Wraith has seen this. The extra turrets are done. The Irradiate about to be finished. This vessel's going to have an Irradiate when this comes in. And unfortunately for Spire, he is going to find 0 damage. The Mutilus going to trap themselves. What great turret positioning here by MadiNho. And Spire getting a little bit outclassed in the other game. He tried to all-in a pro 2v2 player. And this is what happens. You don't all-in a pro 2v2 player. And this is why Spire getting caught completely off guard by MadiNho's reactions and everything. And Spire's going to build another hatchery in his main, but he's so far behind. His drone count is just pitiful at this point. He's got 7 drones in his main, 3 on gas, of course, 8 drones, 9 drones now. He's saturating his natural. But it really is hard to overstate how far behind Spire is in this game. Of course, MadiNho still hasn't expanded. That is a weird place to build that command center as well. But we do have vultures being dropped in the main. Going to take down the few drones that are there. The Lurker's actually being pulled to try and block the ramp. Don't actually manage to do it. And this is just an absolute drone massacre here. Great micro by MadiNho as he pulls away as well. What great vulture usage. MadiNho is going to be a standout player here for ReV and certainly someone to watch out for in round 3. There hasn't been someone like this on ReV so far. Just because they do have such a deep roster, such a lot of players who do come out to play, and a lot of people who aren't able to play every single week. But MadiNho, man, he is a king. He is showing you how to one-base play Terran here. And if I'm going to copy a one-base player, and to learn a couple of all-ins for ladder, I am definitely picking MadiNho to follow, because man, this is one of the most impressive one-base showings I've seen throughout the entire tournament from Terran. So great job, but still an insane job by Spire. I mean, unfortunately, he's just found himself getting picked apart here. Now, of course, one thing to note is the Korean players do play at 12 AM, so that could come into it. There may be a little bit of lag as well. No one's complained about it, though. It is South America versus... I think it's South America, unless MadiNho is Spanish or Portuguese. But, I mean, South America versus Korea, not the best internet. No one's complained about lag, though. And just a very impressive game, really, by MadiNho. I can't really overstate this. I know people said on Reddit... I know... Oh, there we go. It's going to be the second command center. Third command center coming in here as well. He is going to go for a second engineering bay. He's going to make the switch back into bio. But what exactly is Spire going to be able to do to even defend against this? There are 2 lurkers here. They are going to be used for stop lurker. No, they're not. They're going to be pushed back. A vessel with an irradiate immediately on one of those. And I mean, look at MadiNho's vision. I'm just going to show this off. He has vision over every other base on the map. There is absolutely nothing Spire can do to surprise this man. And genuinely, I'm so surprised at how well MadiNho has played this game. We get another 2 lurkers going down. And with that, Spire is 50 supply behind. MadiNho with 1-1 upgrades on the way for his bio. He's actually just going to take a third base. He hasn't even gone to attack a mine going off on one of the lurkers. And here we go. Here is that move out. Here is the moment where MadiNho says, enough is enough. I've been in this game long enough now. I want to finish this. He is going to expand at the same time as pushing. And he is so far ahead, it doesn't really matter. Of course, this is a mineral only. And that does help that switch back into bio. But pushing into the middle of the map with his Marines. Interestingly, his medic count not very high for this number of Marines. But it is going to be enough. And here we go. The Mutilus going to try and come in, snipe some of these vessels. But MadiNho just outclassing Spire here. I am so excited to see MadiNho and how he's going to play in round 3. Hopefully he sticks around. Obviously, I believe ReV are going to stay. I believe most of the teams are, if not all of them. We're going to have 2 extra teams joining us as well. But here we go. Looks like we're going to have the final push here by MadiNho. Spire has absolutely nothing. He's going to be running Lurkers into Siege Tank Fire, and these Lurkers are pretty much all he has to keep him in the game. A Vessel with a Radiate Energy already. We have Muteless back here. They're going to be able to try and take down these Vessels, but all that's standing in... Oh, here we go. The Vessels, both of them going down. Great usage. Gonna slow down this push a little bit. Make it a little bit harder for MadiNho, but he's got so many scans available. One at his main. No scanner at his natural, interestingly. I think this doodad blocks that. I've never thought of that before. But another drop in the main. I just about missed that, but taking out a lot of Spire's units. Gonna go into the middle line. The drones have been pulled away. Lurker's being pulled back. But if he pulls back here to try and defend this, the army at the front's going to be able to push forward. Nice burrow on the Lurker's going to clean this up, but Spire has lost so many drones. He is barely mining. MadiNho on 3 base now. Going to look to take a 4th base with this SCV. And pushing forward with this Vessel. He does have enough. Oh, does need to watch out. Scourge gets the Vessel. But I don't think it matters. I'm usually one to say that it's never over until the Fat Lady sings. But this is the final push by Spire. This is all he has left. Attacking onto the high ground. The tank's getting very, very lucky. And this is going to be GG. All of the units from Spire have gone down. MadiNho with an absolutely dominating performance in Game 1 here against SouL. GG. And MadiNho takes down Spire to give ReV the lead in this series. Okay, I mean, what a fantastic game by MadiNho there, of course. Gonna give ReV the lead in the series to start us off here, which is, I would genuinely say, and I don't mean anything bad about ReV. ReV, one of my favourite teams to watch. They always put in a great performance. But SouL, one of the stronger teams in the tour. And Spire, one of the stronger Zergs as well. So insane job by MadiNho to do that. And I am so looking forward to his future games in the STPL. You never know, we could see him again if we get to the ace match. That is certainly something that could happen. But we're going to move into our second game after a short break here on... well, I'm not going to say what the map is. You're going to have to wait. So see you guys very soon.